What's up guys, Eastsides here back with another video. So in this video, I'll be making some Royal Ur boards. If you do not know what Royal Ur is a very ancient game that was first discovered in the city of Ur, where they're digging, which is where it got the name from. And it's over 5,000 years old. You play back in Mesopotamia and such. Okay, so I'm going to just start with making the board. So what I have here is just a lot of wooden blocks that I'm just started gluing together to create the board. However, I did make some mistakes while making this board, if you saw me do the sandpaper. But the more prevalent mistake that I made was I made boards the wrong dimensions. I haven't made something like this in a while, and you see on the end it should be an extra row, which I'll get into later. But the next, I was just started filling in the holes, or some of the cracks, with wood glue, and I was putting wood glue, and then just sanding them all down, just so it was a more smooth surface at the end, and less pieces jutting out, and trying to get most of the sandpaper that was left, not in the cracks, down as well. And then after that, I realized my mistake, and I just started laying out the blocks, and I had the exact number of blocks, and then started gluing them and repeating the process of adding the sandpaper. I didn't like the wood glue. It didn't turn out how I would have liked it to turn out, so I just skipped the wood glue for me redoing the roller. But you can see that there's an extra column, where before it was just 3x3, now it's 3x4. I wanted to take a break from making the board, so in Roll Ur, the things that are like the dice are called Senate sticks, and you roll them. So I wanted to do something a bit different, and I used a blowtorch, and I burned all of them to try to create a different look. I did go back over this off camera to make it a bit darker. So after I was done with making them, I just went ahead and started cleaning them out, because they're a bit dirty, just to try to get the white side to not have any char marks on it, and to get loose burnt stuff. After I finished cleaning all of them, I went get a board and put some weights, because it was a bit crooked. Next, I was on to actually burning it with wood burner. This is always the most difficult step, and hardest, just always takes the longest. So, luckily I did get a new wood burner, so it was a bit easier to do than normally it is. And I was just drawing the symbols, so you see the ones that are already done. Those are the only symbols that matter. On the left, those are the only symbols that matter. The rest of them don't matter at all. I just think it looks cooler with more symbols. So I just finished them off with the rest of the random symbols. Then I am on the last major step regarding working with the actual board, so I just use this thing called teak oil and go over a coat. It does two purposes. It makes it look cooler and like expose more of the grain pattern of the wood stuff, and it also acts as some protection for the wood as a coat of resistance against some elements. So I did that for all the boards, and then I did that for the sticks. Okay, so I was finishing up by cutting out some little guides. These are pretty much rule books, except it's one page, but I have an Etsy store, and on that I provide these with the boards. I don't think I mentioned this, but this is for an Etsy store. More on that later. But then I was just gluing them over, folding which one side has the rolls and the other side is thin. And then I was just packaging them with 8 cement sticks for each, so 4 for one player, 4 for the other, and there's 7 marbles for each also, which I normally like to do light blue and white, and then green and red normally are my favorites, so I just include those and put them in a Ziploc bag so I can help ship them out. Okay, now that I have everything together, I am just going to go over the rules of how you play Royal Ur. But since Royal Ur is a really old game, being over 5,000 years old, some of the rules might vary, but this is just my favorite variant to play of it. So both players start with one of their 7 tokens on the start space, and then both players throw their sticks. So each black, so they got a tie. So normally it'd be the player with the most sticks thrown, or with the highest total. So they got, say, let's just say they got 3. So they go first, and then they roll again. So you move 2 pieces. So normally you can choose any piece to go, but since this is the first round, kind of just have to move this. So around the board they go just like this until they reach there, and then they get off the board. Both players' goal is just trying to get all of their pieces around and through the board before the other player can. Oops, knock that over. So they'll move 2 players, and as soon as they move off there, they put another piece there, and they continue. So we'll just say they roll a 3. They're the blue player rolls a 3. So they move one of their pieces to there. So you see each of the stars means that you get to roll again. Since they got a piece on the star, they would roll again, and they can move any of their pieces. Like that. Now it's white's turn again. Say they roll a 4, and their piece would land on top of theirs. They would knock it off the board, and it had sent back, so then they'd have to pretty much restart their track. However, if you are on one of the eyes, the other player cannot land on your square. You are safe. So, yep, they just try to get all of them. And once the first player to get all 7 wins the game. It's just how you play Royal Herb. Now, if you would like to get one of these for yourself, you can go down to Etsy. There'll be a link in the description. Bygone boards, Royal Herb boards. If you like this and, support the channel and stuff. And finally, thank you for watching, making way all the way to the end of the video. Helps out out a lot. And, also subscribing to Z Slides. Anyway, Z Slide out.